none of us have to be over the age of 50 to make good on all of these recommendations, because cybersecurity is something that affects all of us.
It does. These people scam everybody they can.
Right? Young, old, whether you're using apps, whether you're on the computer, whether you're just at home with nothing online, they find you by your phone and by your mailbox as well. First and foremost, since it is a Cybersecurity Awareness Month, let's go over some of the big ticket items when it comes to your recommendations for keeping us safe online.
Well, first and foremost, we always encourage people to get the best possible cybersecurity software they can. It costs money. It's about $39 to $100 a year. And this will protect you when you're online, keep you from going into these malicious websites. It'll also protect you against malware and spyware. And these things do so much to help you. And they also offer what's called virtual private network in many of these programs. And that also will protect you when you're on the internet, especially in a place where you're using public Wi-Fi, which is a key area where cyber criminals get into your computer. So you use virtual private network, which encrypts all the information you're dialing into your computer, and it protects you in that way as well.
We're right now looking at a graphic that talks about how we need to have some unique passwords. First and foremost, I'm sure you would say 123456 is not a unique password.
Yeah, cyber criminals are so good at guessing what your password is. Sometimes they'll profile you on Facebook or other social media, and they can tell, what your passwords are likely to be, especially if you use 1234, like I think apparently 30% of the people do. So yeah, use a complex password. It has a lot of characters, a lot of changes between letters and numbers, and change it every 6 months if it's on a very sensitive website, such as your bank or your IRA website, and just be very mindful that these things need to be changed quite often.
Mm-hmm. One of the other things that was on that graphic there was that multi-factor authentication. And so sometimes, we're just like, oh, I don't want to change things. I don't want to change things up. But that authentication really is key.
Yeah, it's having or requiring your bank to send a text with a number, a special code number to your cell phone before you get into your bank account online. That's something that really foils these Russian and Chinese and Indian hackers and American hackers all over the world. They don't have your cell phone in their hands. And so it's very important to have some sort of two-factor authentication such as that.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it really is just as simple as getting a code that they text to your phone and then you putting it in to make sure you are really you. All right, let's go to something that has nothing to do with anything online. Let's talk about Becky, because Becky is not our friend, but Becky is making calls all around the nation.
Yeah, Becky is mainly calling people who are Medicare eligible, people like me, and telling us that you can get these free genetic tests that try to find all sorts of possible problems that might exist in your genome, and also alert you to possible cures to these genetic diseases that you might have. And it sounds like this really great deal, and Medicare is going to pay for it. Just give Becky your Medicare number and your Social Security number and your credit card number, and they'll get this wonderful service to you. And usually what Becky is up to is she's just stealing that information. She's not going to get you that sort of complete genetic testing program that's promising. And then besides that, Medicare won't pay for that at all, just like they won't pay for a lot of the devices that other Medicare scammers try to pitch to you over the phone. But Becky has been so prolific. She's one of the number one complaint calls that comes into the AARP Fraud Watch helpline. And we're getting more complaints about her than just about any other type of scam.
All right, and what we want people to know is that Medicare is not going to just call you out of the blue.
They never do. They never do. Social Security, IRS, they don't do that. None of these people do. They're just cyber criminals trying to get your personal information.
I think folks, though, have that initial reaction of, oh, they've got my information or they have some of my information, it must be real. So if they get a call from Becky or someone that claims to be from Medicare, what would you suggest that they do?
Just hang up immediately. If you think you've really gotten a message from Medicare or the IRS, go onto their website, log into your personal page at the IRS or socialsecurity.gov, and see if there's a special message there for you, or talk to somebody live on the phone. But don't continue to talk to anybody who calls you out of the blue claiming to be from one of these government agencies like Medicare or the IRS or Social Security.
Yeah, in fact, someone just texted and said, I get calls saying someone from is using my social security number in different states and they're from the IRS, but I don't answer. That's good because it's not for real. All right, we're going to be back with David Kirkman. We're going to taking your text questions about fraud, cybersecurity, and scams. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.